Hello and welcome back to the stream. I hope you're all having a good day today. We are back with the Shadowlord campaign. And we've lost Dark, which is why my mic's a wee bit... Oh, no, there it is. Cool. We're back, yes. So, where did we leave off last time? We had to do a stream last session because a few of us, by which I mean me, were feeling rough as all fuck. So I decided, fuck it, we're going to take a session out. We mostly just did some travelling. Hamish tried to seduce a Drake. They almost got a bar fight. But other than that, we're making good progress. And tonight they're gonna possibly, I don't know what they're gonna end up, how they're gonna end up handling it. But there's some beer thievery going along. So let's see how they handle this, shall we? I'm gonna undeafen call, and we're gonna get this started.
Oh, I think it's got to do
We're
something
live.
with my Wi-Fi.
What up, fuckos?
Maybe.
Also,
Hi,
hello Mel,
welcome
hello
to the
Price,
stream.
hello Milo, and some random weirdo called Ghoulishly Gengar. Wow.
Imagine
Yeah,
being
who the hell was
Ghoulishly
that guy?
Gengar.
Imagine calling someone a shooting randomly to God job.
Hello.
Seriously for you. Is it me you're looking for?
Alright, so where did we leave off last week? Dice goblins. I've only got one set of dice. So where did we leave off last week? Let's see. We did some travelling. Hamish attempted to seduce a Drake, as you do.
Well, keep in mind, this
Wasn't
was an
him?
unrecorded episode.
Yeah, we didn't stream. I've kind of mentioned. Yeah, we didn't stream this one.
Yeah.
It wasn't an attempt, it was a success.
Well, it's not really, because the Drake isn't currently with you, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
was
of
gonna
a
say,
voice.
we're getting back
True.
to no Drakes. Basically, all you guys need to know
Hello, my
is
friend.
Dragon.
Right, I'm gonna get this.
basically
over
all you guys
here.
need to know is that we tried to tame/seduce Drakes. We then stopped, and then we're about to head over to the next important town. That's basically all you guys missed.
Calibrans
Yeah, basically.
scared. Calibrans intimidated the crap out of one of the drakes just with his muscles.
You
That's
might do it
great.
again, mate.
Right, so just so it's up here for you guys. Last time we left off, we ended around here. You guys had just taken a sort of break. In this little bit here, you just arrived at the edge of the plum groves. You wake up the following morning after one of you getting dragged to your bed, the rest of you going up happily. You've all got a long rest. A few of you are probably rather hungover, but we're getting the day started. And what do you all want to do? Are you just going to leave immediately and not pester anyone else? Or are you going to just head on? What are you going to do?
I'm fine with just going on ahead.
Just head off.
Move on.
You want to move on? Okay. And look at this. I don't have anything prepared. Amazing. Give me a hot second.
That,
Forgetting a hot
also,
second.
yeah,
was a
Hamish,
cold
that is
second.
very true.
Right. So, I need you open, and I need that open. Cool. Right.
Nah, Mel, that would be Ryan's character that would have taken that.
Right. Let me see here.
I'm gonna be honest, stuff my face. I'm
Roll me a d20. A d10 even. Roll me a d10.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, 1d10. Just straight d10?
Just a straight d10, yeah.
10.
A 10. Okay. Cool. Right. Well, okay then. So you all get in your wagon, and you leave the little fishing village, which was at the edge of the plum groves, and you can kind of tell that the road you're on is much more well developed. Like, it's pretty obvious that you're getting close to a sort of major settlement, and you actually managed to make some pretty good headway. And as the night is drawing in, you're actually coming onto the outskirts of Fulham.
Okay.
So, you never really had anything set up for meeting people in Fulham. You know that you're meeting up with the guild masters in Nicodranas when you get there. But that's still another, what are we talking? 1, 2, 3. That's still another 5-day week, another week's travel away.
Bruh, I don't know if I can last that long with this McTavish character.
But as you're arriving in
A lot of
Folan,
attack here.
you notice that at the gates to the town, there is a rather substantial security presence. And as you're approaching, your wagon is stopped, and 2 guards come up and you can hear them talking to Kevin, and Kevin just kind of gives them a nod, and they come to the back of the wagon and look up at Elon and say, "Excuse me, gentlemen, I need you to leave the wagon. We're searching it." What do you do?
Okay.
Get out.
Tell them no.
Get out, but look at them suspiciously.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting out with a hand on my dagger in case something happens.
I start shoving all my belongings in my bags and just hop out the wagon.
Sir, leave your bag there. We need to go through it as well.
I sadly comply.
Okay. Calibrand, are you still just sat in the wagon, or have you gotten out with everyone else?
I'm gonna stare at them inside the wagon.
Can I just hold just a magic missile behind my back and they don't notice?
Why are you trying to
Can
start
y'all hear
fights
me?
with the local guard? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Why are
Yeah,
you
no,
trying
I'm
to...
gonna just sit there and stare at them.
It's just in case if anything goes down.
The guards look up at you and say, "Sir, please. We know you don't like this kind of stuff, but it's essential with all the robberies going on at the breweries recently. We're just making sure that you're not in any way involved. If we don't find any illicit contraband, we'll let you on your way."
Yeah, about that. I'm a coping alcoholic. I'm a functioning alcoholic, and you'll find plenty of
I
alcohol.
immediately tell Dumas to shut up.
But I assure you, it's all paid for.
So
Why would you sound so suspicious?
So what'll it be, sir? Are you going to get out of your wagon?
I'll get out, but I'll be right behind them, just looking at them.
So you watch as the first one, who had basically what looks like the shaft of a spear, but you can see the spearhead is actually hooked onto his belt, so it's just the sort of long pole, and he's kind of using it to sort of poke things out from underneath the benches in the wagon. And the other guard gets up into the wagon, is just sort of picking things up, checking them, and then putting them back under where he got them. And he kind of looks through your bags, looks through, doesn't really take anything. He's just looking through it. He gets to the crate of holy water that you guys have parked at the back of the wagon. He sort of looks at it and says,
Shit.
"Where did you men get this?"
A church.
Church.
We
Caliburn,
were
that's all you.
we were given it to it. We were given it by a pastor of the
Given it to
church
it.
from where we travel from.
Which church was this?
What's the starting town?
Port Damali.
Yep.
Yeah, the Church of Port Somali.
You see the guard take a bottle out and have a look at it, and he kind of dusts it off. "Yeah, that checks out. That's fine." And he puts the crate back in underneath. And he kind of sort of gives his compatriot, the other guard, a nod and says, "It's clean, nothing here." And he gets down out of the wagon and says, I apologize for the inconvenience, folks. I hope you all have a good stay in Folan."
Yeah.
Alright.
Get back in the wagon.
I hope we do too.
And with that, you all climb back in the wagon, or are you going to ask the guards about anything, or what? Or are you just going to head in?
I'm back in the wagon.
Wait, before
Yeah.
I
I'll
start to
ask.
climb back in. But then I go. So how many robberies have there been recently?
Think it was the 15th heist. The 15th heist that was pulled off 2 days ago.
Well, whoever this person is, they're more of a functioning alcoholic than I am, and I can't allow that. And
Is
I
that
climb back in the
so?
wagon.
Okay.
If that's the case, little
Oh.
goblin, we are looking for volunteers to help the case.
I'll sleep on it.
If you're interested, go to the guard's post at the main gate. You can talk to the head of the local guard, and he will tell you if you guys can help.
Is there any been,
Something.
has these robberies been related to any members of the Grudge Gang in specific, or is it just random thievery afoot?
We are unaware of who's involved, actually. We've not been having a lot of luck tracking them down. I would highly doubt it's a Grudge Gang, because they are active in Shady Creek, which is a couple thousand miles to the north.
Yeah, but they've been branching out here and there.
So I guess this means you also haven't been able to identify what any of these thieves look like.
Not really, no. Which is why we've been searching every wagon coming into town. But the illicit trade of booze is somehow still active out of the city. We don't know how they're getting in.
Well, if we see anything, we'll make sure we'll try and help out, I guess. And I'll hop back in the back of the wagon.
Alright.
I'll just climb back in.
Thank you very much, fellas. You all have a good day.
You too.
So,
And
as soon as we're all back in the wagon, I turn to the rest of them and I'm like, look, I get we're trying to get information. I get we're supposed to comply with orders. However, 1, do not give more information than they ask for. And 2, be careful with name dropping certain gangs. And I look at Wisp and tell him, like, because when you ask for somebody, it gets back to them.
Oh, I intended to. Here's a certain person that I'm not really too keen on finding me, but if the time should arise, they'll definitely pay for it.
Will it be a glorious battle?
It'll be
well, your duel will be legendary.
more of an assassination.
Spicy. And with that, the wagon pulls into the sort of main stables at Fulton. Kevin lets you know that he'll be staying in the local sort of rest building attached to the stables so that he can look after your horses. He says you can stay in Fulton as long as you like. It can be a couple of days, it could be a week, but once you guys are ready, you can move on. He points you in the direction of the nearest tavern and the nearest inns and stuff, and leaves you just leaves you like that.
Alright.
Interesting.
I'm gonna walk into the tavern, look around, see if I see any suspicious characters of my nature. As I was told by, I don't think anyone else was around for when I was getting info on the Grudge Gang, see if there was any sightings or whatnot. All I told was to go to Fiolin, and there will be someone waiting there for me I can talk to.
Yeah, so let me just try and find that actually, because I'm trying to remember where exactly that was.
2 villages ago.
No, I'm trying to remember where he was told to go.
It was Sawyer Street.
That's it, yeah.
And I'm gonna take Hamish by the side, like sidebar it up, be like, relay this information to him, because of us both being of criminal background, he would be the best person to go duo with rather than anyone else in the party, because we both have contacts in the criminal underground. So I relayed this to him and be like, hey, this is what we gotta do.
So the pair of you are going to go to Sawyer Street and locate this contact that you were told about.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right.
I just walk out the tavern with Hamish and be like,
well, you hadn't really gone to the tavern yet. You hadn't gone to the tavern yet. You were still at the stables.
Oh, we are?
You're still at the stables.
Oh, I thought you said we walked into the nearest
No,
tavern.
no. Kevin pointed you in the direction of the where you can find like taverns and inns and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So for everyone's information, I'm going to give you a quick description of Fulham, just so you're aware of it. So you've got 4 main streets. So you've got the city centre first of all, which is obviously at the centre, and you've got 4 main roads around the perimeter of it. You've got Sawyer Street, which is more like the working class people and stuff like that. City centre is more residential with the upper class. Somali Way serves as the restaurant district with most of your food and wineries and that kind of stuff. And Altafi Avenue is your entertainment in like theatres and other stuff like that. And then you've got Mincelli Road, which is your main source of like the sort of like government, administrative, law enforcement stuff. And then there's a load of like shops and stores on the dockfront because it's a port town. So
is there a mercenary guild in this town?
There's no guilds per se.
Is there a place where they like a specific tavern that they go to?
There's not really a guild in this town. It's not big enough for a guild. It's just
Cool.
it is obviously one of the bigger towns, but the main guilds are in Nicodranas and Port Damali. There's nothing else in the other ones. There's nothing really in Fulham or Port Zune. So
Cool.
I mean, there's probably a merchant guild checkpoint in the dock, but that's about it.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm assuming. So Wisp and McTavish are heading to Sawyer Street. What are the rest of you gonna do?
Have a few drinks and head to bed.
So you're gonna head to the taverns, or the bars even on what was it? Somali Street.
Yeah.
Or Somali Way. So are the rest of you going to go to the pubs?
I want to go to the dock.
to one of the shops.
Right. So, Dumas, you're just going to go get a drink and go to bed, right?
Yeah, so I'm not really going to be doing anything.
Fair enough, your choice. We'll start with Grimfang. It's late in the night, so you don't really find many stores that are open. You do come across a sort of like 24/7 sort of general convenience store on what was it? On Altafi Avenue. Like, it's a pretty high-end store. Like, it's a nice place, but it's obviously not a specialized store, so it's not specialized for weapon or armor or medicines or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's just got a bit of everything.
So what would it have then?
Just sort of nothing like specific, but you might get lucky if you're looking for something sort of like common. But if you were looking for like a very specific potion, you wouldn't get it there, or like a very specific weapon, you wouldn't get it there, that kind of stuff. It looks like it would also have a lot of like supply stores and stuff.
Yeah. I guess I'll at least check it out for now, and I'll walk and see what they have.
Alright. So you walk into the store. It's actually quite a nice place. The shelves are all like really nice varnished sort of mahogany wood. It's like really high end. All the fittings are all nice brass. It's really, really swanky. And obviously being sundown, it's getting dark. There are lanterns burning, hanging from the walls. And at the back of the shop, sort of sat at a counter, is the shopkeeper. And he looks up and he goes, "Greetings, my large man. How can I help you today?"
It depends. What items do you seem to have in the shop here?
A bit of this and a bit of that. What are you after? If I've not got it, I can send you in the right direction.
Yeah, well, I was informed you didn't really have any weapons or armor here.
Unfortunately not. No, we might have a few daggers in the back, but that's about all we've got. Is that the kind of stuff you're looking for, my boy?
Well, that's what I was going to look for, because I need to train in this armor since it wouldn't do well for me in battle.
I know exactly where you want to go with that, pal. You want to go to Mulligan's. He's an armorer on the dockside. Not a lot of people know about him, but he does a lot of good stuff. And he also takes in trading as well. Most of the stores on the shop front, they don't take in trade-ins like that. They don't buy from people off the street. You want to go to the people in the docks for that kind of stuff. If you go to Mulligan's on the dockside, it's what is it now? It's sundown. Ooh, you'll probably be closed at this point. He opens with the sun, so if you head there on sunrise, you'll be there. And trust me, it's hard to miss.
Well, alright, well, I'll make sure to go to him first thing in the morning.
No worries, my boy. Anything else I can do for you?
Well, I do think it is getting late, so I need to make sure I'm actually prepared for tomorrow, for whatever lies ahead. But hope you have a good night, sir.
And yourself. You have a good night now, son. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'll just take my complimentary drink at the bar and then head off to bed.
Alright, so you're tapped out. Calibrand, what are you doing?
I want to go down to the dock area.
Alright. So you kind of walk down. So if you entered Folan from the north, you guys entered Folan from the north, and the streets kind of separate into three. And there are street signs and stuff, so you can see that branching up to the left was Mincelli Road. And then branching, going straight on, was Altafi Avenue. And then down to the right, which is the same way that Hamboy and Wisp went, Wisp and McTavish went, is Sawyer Street. But you can see that Sawyer Street spreads out onto the dockside as well. So you've headed right, basically kind of following Wisp and McTavish, but you end up like verging off the road and you head on down onto the dockside. And even for late at night, it's still a hub of activity. It's obvious that a few ships have come in quite late in the day because they're still taking cargo out. There's a massive activity. You can see there's a small building on the dockside, which everyone's sort of going in and out of. People that have come off the ships, and you feel that's probably like a sort of like check-in area, sort of like almost an immigration sort of registration building to sort of say, hello, I've arrived in Folan, that kind of stuff. And then you can kind of see further down there's a large warehouse where a lot of the cargo and stuff's going into.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Honestly, is there like any kind of area around the docks where I could like sit and just watch?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of like seating along the dock front. There's lovely big benches and nice seating areas. So you can take a seat and you can watch.
I would like to do that, and I would just like to be paying attention to kind of the ships that are coming in, and then the people going to the warehouse as well. And
give me a perception check.
Look.
Give me a perception check.
Perception check.
Yeah.
All right. $19.
So you don't really figure out which ship they're coming off of or which ship they're going back to. You can't really tell because there's a very big mess of people. But you can see really far down, like right at the other end of the dockyards from where you're sat. Like we're talking like probably like a half mile down the dockyards. You kind of spot a trio of guys coming out of the crowd and filling a wagon up with large barrels. And you can kind of tell that they've completely bypassed this warehouse where everyone else is taking cargo through. So it's obvious that whatever this is not being checked in with the rest of the cargo.
Okay.
But you can't tell who they are. You can't make out anything of them. You're too far away to tell what race they are, who they are, that sort of stuff. You can't tell what the barrels are. They could just be round logs of wood, for all you can tell. But it could also be barrels. You don't know, and you don't know which ship they're coming from or going back to because you're losing them in the crowd.
Makes sense. But I kind of know the distance of where they're at.
Yeah, they're about half a mile down the dockyard. You're, let me get a look here.
Because I'm just gonna sit and wait for a while. You know, like not really take any more action. Just kind of like continue observing down there.
So if you've picked up a seat right at the north end of the you're sort of parked you're sort of sat down next to a shipyard, sort of like a shipbuilder's yard, and basically there's 5 piers. There's like 4 small wooden piers and 1 main pier where the larger ships are docked, and you can tell that they're down past the main pier, which is like the center point. So they're like more than halfway down the dock from you.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll move or start moving towards a little bit, like past where they are, but not too close, and see if I can't find another seat a little bit closer.
Give me a deception check.
Nine.
Right. So you kind of wander down the pier, but you're kind of just keeping them in sight the entire time. By the time that you've walked past them, settled into the seat and turned back, they're gone.
Okay.
You don't know if they spotted you or if they just finished up while you're looking for another spot, but they're gone.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
Nope, I'll just continue sitting at the pier until later.
Okay. Right. Wisp and McTavish. So the pair of you went down Sawyer Street on the suggestion of your contact from that sort of fishing village. You're close enough to the docks that you can hear the hub of activity. It's a lot quieter on Sawyer Street. Obviously, it's coming into nighttime. There's not a lot going on. It is very quiet. But even though there's still a lot of stuff going on. There's still a fair bit of work going on. Like there's some people walking with carts and horses. There's some children just sort of playing out in the streets, just some late night playing. Both of you give me perception checks, actually.
1 second.
16. It's right underneath nature.
13.
Right. Wisp, you kind of see a trio of guys sort of like lingering outside a house about a third of the way down the road from you guys. They look fairly shady. Like you can tell they're kind of so-so. You reckon this might be the guys that your guy told you to go and find.
Alright, I motion towards the 3 guys with McTavish. We're like, hey, this is probably the guys I need to go talk to that my contact told me about back in that little fishing village. Let's just slowly approach them. So they've never seen us or anything, but like, we should be fine. They seem harmless enough.
Alright.
I give a subtle nod of understanding.
I'll just approach them.
Alright. So, as you approach, the guys kind of look up. And they're all kind of just sort of watching you. And as you get closer, you can see they're all armed. The two guys at the back both have short swords on their hip, and the guy at the front's got a pair of daggers. And as you get closer, one of them raises their hands and says, "That's far enough, gentlemen. What can I do for you today?"
Alright. I mean, you no harm. I had a contact in said name of fishing village. Told me to come here to talk to one of his contacts about the Grudge Gang, if that rings any bells. He said he was a former commander.
I mean, he didn't say that, but...
Oh, I forgot what he said. He was like something...
The only thing he said about the Grudge Gang was that there was a former member of the Grudge Gang who had been active in Nicodranas, who then went missing.
I relayed that to them, and we're like, "Do you know of this missing member, perhaps? I mean them no harm, I just want to have a word with them."
That'll be the member that went on the boat out of that party, the locksmith, wasn't it? Oh, that guy. You kind of hear them muttering to each other. It's like, was that guy really with the Grudge Gang? No, surely not. I thought he was just a lock. Like, they're all kind of shocked that that guy was a member of the Grudge Gang. Like, they all know who you're talking about. They all know the guy. Like, he had a decent reputation in Nicodranas. Like, so much that kind of reached this far down, because you're not too far. Like, in the criminal underworld, this guy, he was kind of well enough known.
Okay.
And they go, "Oh, he never went this way. All we heard that from Nicodranas, he sort of went out to the west into the Gwaraska jungle. And no one heard from him after that."
Interesting. Do you know of his... Did he say anything, or have any contacts here that I could possibly talk to, or did he just really keep to himself all that much?
He kept to himself. He had a single criminal contact in Nicodranas that was his only way of keeping in touch with the Grudge Gang. And the only reason he had that is because the Grudge Gang wanted him dead.
I see.
Well, so the story goes, that might not be true. Some people say it was the crime families, the Mardoons, that want him dead, but no one really knows for sure.
Was there any word of, besides the Mardoon family, was there any mention of... Oh my god, I'm trying to find it. The Jagantoth family, by chance?
Not really. The Jagantoths never really had much to do with this guy.
Really?
Yeah. The story goes that the Mardoons had this mage on their payroll, and this kid in the Grudge Gang murdered him. Because of that, he was chased out of Shady Creek, fled south.
Is there any other information, or is it just what the stories go off of?
That's all there is, I'm afraid.
Alright, well, I appreciate your time. I toss him a gold. You didn't see us.
You're not going to ask him anything about the beer thefts?
Well, I just look around. I'm being, like, on my guard, obviously. I'm just like... So I've been hearing these beer thefts going on. You wouldn't know anything about that going around, would you? Like,
you're not affiliated with those bastards, are you?
The Grudge Gang?
No, the Grudge Gang have got nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Some new up and running group showed up out of nowhere, giving the rest of us a bad name.
No, I have no affiliation with them at all. Me and my friend here, I just are towards McTavish, just came into town, just wandering travelers, you know, just scouting out the land, taking wherever the wind takes us, basically.
Where's the wind taking you?
Wherever there needs to be help, we'll lend a willing arm with whoever needs the help.
Well,
we're willing to take this other gang out if you can give me all the information so they won't cause any trouble for you anymore.
let's say this gang of beer thieves are make a mysterious disappearance. Let's just say there's a ship passage anywhere you need with you and your friend's name on it.
Right? Can I do an inside check, see if he's like actually being genuine or he's like pulling my leg?
Do what would it be? I think
Perception?
yeah, it would be another perception check.
It's
Okay.
Well, both of us or just him?
Just both of you if you want.
Eh,
12.
18.
Yeah, as far as both of you are aware, he's telling the truth. Like, he's basically saying, you help us out, we'll give you quick ship passage to anywhere you want.
I appreciate that. And we do have a few associates with us. They're people you can trust. They're not of our background, but we've been traveling with them for a while. We'll keep them out of the nitty-gritty details, of course. So there are a few who might, and I stress this enough, might tell about the things that are gonna go on, the disappearance, but again, we can keep the nitty-gritty details to a minimum, be like, hey, we just need to get rid of these guys. And we can secure a ship, basically. As you said. So any help that you can give us would be greatly appreciated.
Alright, will do. We can't be involved. Because if people find out that we worked against that gang, there would be hell to pay, but I'm sure you'll do fine.
Because that's not
That's better than that.
We can handle ourselves pretty well, I think.
Good. Alright then.
Speak for yourself. I'm an alcoholic.
You're a
not with me.
functioning alcoholic, you're fine.
I just hear Dumas' voice in my head was like, and it's probably nothing.
Right. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm good. I'm trying to think. Do they give us anything, like, detail-wise of, like, their whereabouts, like, what times they usually operate, so we can, like, intercept them?
Not really. They're as blind as you are. Like, these guys, I think they're more frustrated. Actually, you know what? Give me an insight check.
Okay. Big money, where are you at? Oh, come on, that was a nat 1. That was on a 19. I hope you guess.
Hold on.
Yeah,
There's insight check.
It's pretty sure it's
Under
alphabetical,
history.
so it should
In
be
between intimidation.
That's BS. That was on a 9.
Man straight up rolled a 0. No, not intimidation, Hamish. Insight.
No, I clicked the wrong one.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. They just don't. They're just not happy with them. But you're not really sure why. But they don't know anything. They don't know.
Okay.
They don't have any other information other than the fact that they're active out of the city, and they're robbing the breweries and the plum groves.
All right. Thank you for the information. We'll be on our way, and I'll get back to you once the job is taken care of, as I do finger quotes. We'll take our leave for now.
I give a tipping hat gesture.
I just put my hood on and slowly back away into the shadows.
The 3 men nod and sort of have a look around and then just sort of turn and walk into the house.
Yeah.
It'd be nice being able to wear a hood. I don't think tieflings can wear pretty much anything other than that top hat kind of thing. the horns kind of point through it.
Just
Perks
poke
of being a
holes in the
changeling.
just poke holes in the hood.
Can you imagine being a tiefling and trying to put your shirt on? Like, that would be really difficult.
Why do they always wear button-up shirts?
McTavish. I just shapeshifted into McTavish, be like, yeah, I can imagine. I'm right here.
You've now torn 2 massive holes in your head.
Yeah.
As the horns of the tiefling go ripping through the fabric.
I de-transform back into my half-elf form.
Right, so do you guys head back to the... Well, you guys actually don't know where Grimfang and Dumas have gone. You don't know which tavern they're in. For all you know, they could both be sleeping in different hotels right now.
That's true.
Oh, great.
Can we just yell free beer? What's being
No, do not scream that here. Do not scream that here.
Definitely do not scream free beer on the port side. That's a recipe for a brawl.
But the thing is, I feel like if we did yell that, Dumas will appear like breaking through a hole at the Kool-Aid man.
Let's just go back to where we came in from town and
you
just
shake
check that tavern.
Alright, so as you guys make your way back up Sawyer Street, and you're heading up past the docks, you kind of see Calibrand sat at a bench watching the docks. What'd you do?
Walk up to Calibrand and be like, what's up, man? What have you been doing all this time?
I stand up and I lean in towards his ear, and I was like, not sure if it has anything to do with those thieves, but there's definitely some people smuggling down here by the docks, so we might want to check it out.
You want me to have a little look around? I can get in, get out real quick.
You're probably a little bit better than me, as I'm a 6'5" Birdman.
Yeah, I don't think those wings are gonna be fooling anybody with you sneaking around, my guy.
Yeah.
But I do relay the info that we were told about the thievery. Be like, it's between us 3, because I know that Grimvane and maybe Dumas wouldn't want to get rid of these guys that way. You know, let's just keep that to ourselves.
I mean, as a former sellsword, you know, mysterious people disappearing is not a problem.
No, good to know. See, we're on the same page. You know, we just gotta look after one of another of our similar backgrounds. I just gesture towards all of us.
Fuck's sakes, I've DM a group of degenerates.
Really?
You didn't find that out last session, you're finding it out now.
Yeah, John.
If you didn't find that out from the first session.
I mean, I already knew, I'm just pointing out. On the plus side, at least I'm not DMing a group of pyromaniacs.
What?
Only because I can't cast fire.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Fireball! But, yeah, I'll, like, have a little go looks around, and, Ryan. I'll just, like, be hiding in the shadows, you know, getting a closer look, see what cargo they're smuggling, if I can see any, like, word, branding, whatever. As
obviously I've said before, Calibrand, well, he wasn't sure if it was him, but they got spooked and they were gone by the time you guys got there. But you're looking around and you can where you are, you kind of snuck into pretty much the middle of the crowd, and it's obviously getting quieter as it gets later in the day. But you get a really good feel for how the operation works. Like, you can see there's like 3 different groups. There's one group on the ships, and they're the ones passing things down to the people on the docks. And the people on the dock sides are then like taking it off the piers and up to the people by the warehouse, and the people at the warehouse are bringing it in to be inspected.
Alright.
With your kind of knowledge, you can see how someone could influence that to their favor to make some of the cargo slip through the cracks. Like, you can see where you could plant someone in this system where they could, like, redirect an object in a different location. Instead of going to the warehouse, it ends up in the back of a cart. and is carted away off down the pier and isn't seen again. You can see how that could happen.
There's like no one around, but like I can tell by the operation.
Yeah, like it's not actually happening in front of you, but your latent knowledge of thievery and like your knowledge of how things worked in Shady Creek and your background as a rogue and stuff like that, you can kind of see how that would work. You can see how you could fit this sort of system in.
Okay. I think we'll just wait till the morning, see if they come back, and then we can do some recon, get some more information. I think that would be the best option for right now.
Alright.
When all of us are present.
Alright then. So the three of you at the pier, are you guys done for now, or is there anything else you want to do before you go back to the rooms?
No, I'm good.
Wisp?
I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with what I gathered.
Alright, McTavish? Anything else you want to do?
No, I pretty much just follow along.
Alright, so the three of you head back up to, what was it? Where's my thing?
The North Gate?
Not, like, you're heading back up to the North Gate, but you're heading for, what town was it? Somali Way, I think it was the one fall to... Was it Somali?
You're the DM, you should know.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, so Somali is sort of restaurant and sort of hotel district. So you're heading back up to Somali Way, and as you're kind of coming onto the street, you actually see Dumas and Grimfang leaving the bar they've been having drinks at. So the five of you hook up together, you head to the inn you're going to spend the night at. You head up to your room, and you all take a long rest. If you needed one, which I don't think anyone did.
I don't think
No,
any of
anything.
us got into a
Yeah.
fight.
Alright.
Just up with those guards, not gonna lie.
Oh no, the guards weren't going to be a combat encounter. I had nothing prepared for that. That was just off the cuff. So, y'all wake up the next...
We shouldn't follow the rails anymore.
I mean, you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. Just please don't try and hijack a ship. We've tried running a ship campaign before, it didn't work.
Alright.
Got to answer alert.
To be
Here
fair,
it is.
we had
Kyle.
10
John.
plus people in that, so...
Yes, Calibrant?
So I was wondering if, like, whenever we were around the cart, I was wondering if I could soak some rope in holy water.
Sure? Are you trying to make a holy noose?
No, not a noose, not a noose. No.
A
A
holy...
holy
I just want
whip.
some rope.
That's a question, actually.
Yeah,
If you,
something like
if you
that.
drink
something
the
like
holy water and then take a dump, does it make a holy crap?
God damn it.
Here for like 45 minutes. God damn it, Kyle. Right, So yeah, you all wake up the next morning. Just completely ignore what Hamer said. So you all wake up the next morning. You're all tucking into a complimentary breakfast, sort of in the inn's sort of little built-in restaurant. It's a much like higher scale thing than what you guys have, but it's been paid for by the guild because this is like a main stop for you guys. So what do you want to do?
Okay.
Are you going to discuss what happened with you guys, or are you going to just not inform Grimfang and Dumas of the whole information you got?
Nah.
I'll inform them on the need-to-know details, not
Yeah,
the
you're not going to
nitty-gritty
tell them
stuff.
about the whole we're going to kill some bitches thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that part out.
We don't need to inform how many insight checks we failed.
What inside checks?
Precisely.
Exactly.
You failed
So
them
I
so
just,
bad that
I
you weren't
look
aware you made an inside check.
Yeah. So I just look over to Grimfang and Dumas and ask them what they're gonna do for the day. What are y'all's plans?
What, so it's today the next day now?
Yeah, we're into the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Kyle. So
Well,
it's the
I don't
next
know if
morning.
you guys have anything planned, but before we do anything else, I'm selling this chainmail finally. Or not chainmail, what was it?
Scale mail.
Scale mail.
When I ask the question, I say, I'm gonna find those beer thieves and I'm gonna put a magic missile through their fucking eyeballs.
Alright. Dumas, who are you referring to?
The rest of you guys just kind of go, Dumas, we need to have a chat.
drink your ale. I pat Dumas on the head and send him upstairs to bed.
This is the next day.
Just play along.
I know.
Just
I made a Grinch, how the Grinch Who Stole Christmas reference.
All right.
Right. So first off, Grim, are we gonna do like Grimfang go and sell his armor, and then we all meet up somewhere, or what?
Yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna
guess.
mind.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I
I
out
was
of-
gonna ask what
go
people
ahead.
were gonna do, and then kind of break off from there.
Out of character, you said there was like a weapon armor shop kind of deal.
So yeah, I said earlier to Grimfang, I'm assuming he told you as well that there's an armorer on the port side, which is where he's going to go to sell the armor. Obviously, they don't just do armor; it's a proper blacksmith do weapons and stuff as well. So if you've got any excess weapons you don't need, or you want to pick up some new stuff, it's probably worth going there.
I'll tag along with
Yeah, I'll probably
everything.
sell my dagger there as well.
Anyone else going to go with?
I want to go around the same area, I guess, to go buy a fishing pole.
Also, I just realized, I'd actually set up a magic weapon in the Drake's chambers for Calibran to find, and he never saw it.
Oh, don't tell him that. That's just mean.
We gotta go back.
He's
There
like,
you go.
hey, look what you could have had. Hey! That's
What
fine.
was it?
It was a
Just 'cause I'm here.
it was a halberd of seeing, I think is what I called it. Is that what it was? It was a halberd of seeing, and I think it gave you a. What did that do again? Let me check.
Imagine that gave him dark vision.
No, it wasn't that. Open
Calibran doesn't need dark vision.
a halberd of warning is what it was. As to what that does, I haven't the foggiest.
Interesting. Well, I mean, like, you gave me a spear, so
Oh yeah, you got that.
I'm good with that. I mean, I was more enjoying myself, wrestling a Drake.
I got my sword.
Okay. Alright, so are we all going to the shopping area then?
It looks like it, yeah. Also, Weapon of Warning basically gives any ally within 30 feet of the person that's attuned to it a sort of pseudo alert feature where none of you can be surprised. That's what it does.
Oh,
Next time.
Well,
Yeah.
damn, that would have been useful.
So yeah, so
Oh,
you're
well.
all gonna head down to the dockyards, right?
You
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all kind of head out the end. You're heading down to the dockyards. Well, you're not heading to the dockyards per se. You're heading to the road along the dockyards, which is sort of like one in from like Sawyer Street's like one in from it. So this is like the edge of the back edge of the dockyards. There's a lot of other stores here, but it's more like the kind of stores that would be aimed at more adventurers rather than the sort of like highty-tighty society people. There's the armor mulligan, which is the one that Grimfang was meant to, and it's obviously like the pride and glory of this sort of district. There's a few other smaller weapon and armor shops. There's a decent sized sort of potion shop down, like way down the street from you. But the obvious like jewel of this street is Mulligan's. So you want to go in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Aiden's Ian.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking
Yeah,
to
okay.
somebody.
Yeah,
let's
good
go.
pal. Right, so you all walk into Mulligan's with Aiden at the lead, and the place is like It's still quite early in the morning, so it's not that busy. There's a couple people sort of up the front talking with someone, and at the back it's just basically like, imagine like a restaurant where the entire kitchen is open plan out, open to the sort of seating area, so the customers can see it and watch the people cooking the meal. It's like that, but with a forge, with a blacksmith shop. So the entire forge area is behind the counter, and it's all open plan. You've got like big hammers and like pneumatic hammers and stuff against the walls. You've got massive anvils and stuff, and working away like a fucking banshee, like a monster, is this tall, massive humanoid figure at the back of the store. And he's got this massive club hammer in his hand, and he is just pounding away at this metal. And you can see it's taking shape much faster than any human or elf or even an orc could manage. And as he straightens up and sort of rolls his shoulders as he's finished this pounding, y'all just bear witness to the most massive Goliath you've ever seen. And he looks up at you. Well, technically, he looks down at you because he's huge. And he smiles and goes, "Welcome into my store, lads. I'm Freddie Mulligan. What can I do for you today?"
Not what I was expecting when I drank my alcohol this morning.
Hey, Grimfay, we found someone
Don't worry,
even
Grim.
more taller than
Don't
you.
worry, Dimas, you're not seeing things. Anyway,
Yeah,
I would
should
like to sell my... Yeah, what John?
I just want to check something real quick. I want to really quickly check how tall Grimfang
Okay.
is, if you put that in. Six feet. Yeah, so you're 6 feet. So Grimfang's about 6 foot tall. This Goliath is about 7'6". So he properly towers over you, and he looks down and goes, "Greetings, my fellow. How are you?"
Well, I've been better, but I come here to give you some... I've come here to sell some goods.
Oh,
Presumably this scale mail armor.
may I see that? He says to you, "May I have a look at it?"
Oh, sorry, you cut out on my end.
Ah.
Sure. Take a look.
So you hand him the scale mail, and it looks positively tiny because he's like not only is he tall, but he's huge, and his hands are easily as big as your face. Like, he's got massive hands, and he kind of picks it up, and it's like, it looks tiny in his hand. He goes, "This craftsmanship is brilliant. I could sell this for a lot. How much would you like for this?"
Don't want to be cheeky and ask for more gold than it is.
It's up to you.
Say a number.
I won't do that much more. I have 55 gold for that, please.
Okay.
I mean, it's 50 on its own already.
It is. And while I can sell it for more, I can't sell it for that much more. That's how much someone would pay to buy a normal size scale mill. But this stuff's nice, so to sell for a bit more, I'll give you 35 gold.
How about this?
Oh,
You give me 35 for the scale mill, and I can also give you this dagger that I don't need anymore for an extra 5. Deal?
yeah, he picks up the dagger and looks at it, so it's like, "Where did you get this?"
I've held on to this for a really long time.
This
Ever
is...
since my battles with my orc brethren.
I was going to say, this is orc construction. Very nice. It's worth a bit more than you said. You want 35 for the armor and 5 for this dagger.
That's what I'm willing to get.
Tell you what, this dagger's Really, really nice. I'll give you 10 for it. And 35 for the armor.
It's a deal, sir.
Alright, you can take those items out of your inventory and give yourself 45 gold.
Alright, so add 45 gold. And then...
And the Goliath look back with you with like this beaming smile and says, "So, does anyone else have anything they want to sell to me?"
Nah.
No, but I want to take a look at your collection of daggers, by chance.
Of course.
I'm looking to upgrade from these. I show him my daggers, unless he can fine-tune them.
These aren't too bad. Nice construction. A bit on the shoddy side, no offense, but they're strong, they're durable, they held up well by the looks of things. Nice in the hand.
I've seen a lot of action.
I can imagine. Give me a sec here.
So are we still shopping, are we then?
Yeah, currently. I'm just having a quick look.
What's I forget? Can he only enhance weapons? He can't give us, like, better ones?
Give me a second.
We can't buy better weapons off him?
I'm just trying to figure out how much,
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. There's not much I can do. Unless, you've got the gold.
How much gold are we talking?
My services aren't cheap, I'm afraid. To make something better than a standard weapon, it's going to cost a lot.
How much a lot are we talking?
So he kind of looks at your daggers again and goes, "To make these deal any more damage than they currently do, it's going to be at least 500.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Alright, can I upgrade from these daggers? Like, show me what you got and we can work out a little proposition. I help you out, you help me out situation.
I don't think you understand, pal. Anything better than these will have 500 gold's worth of work put into them.
What if I can get you a load, a shipment perhaps, of fine armor and weaponry, and I get the upgrades for free for your services to my services, who will be supplying you with such weapons and armory?
It depends on where these fine weapon and armor came from. I am not a peddler of stolen goods.
No, of course, they won't be stolen. You seem to like my friend's dagger and chainmail. It will be of that value. I have a friend of mine who sells said armor and weaponry. If I can get him your contact, vice versa, we can all work out a deal that benefits all three of us.
Perhaps. I guess we'll see.
Do we have a deal, my friend?
I'm not one to say yes to anything this quick. Zeb Striker army raid?
Jakey!
Hold on!
Hey, Jakey.
Hi, Joker.
Hello, welcome in, my friends. Good to see you all. Hey, Jacob. Good to see you, man. How you doing? How was your stream? Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. We're good. We are about halfway through a session of the D&D campaign. I don't actually have a subscribe command. I need to make that. Good to see you too. Yeah, it's been good. It's good. 10 likes. We hit 10 likes. That's awesome. Stream was a ton of fun. What were you guys streaming?
Whilst they're currently chatting up the shopkeeper, I'm just going to play with everything on the shelves.
Give me a dexterity. Give me a dexterity check.
Alright. 1 second.
Please be a nat 1, please.
Doing my
That'd be
Pokemon
fun.
Unbound at Hardcore Nuzlocke. Oh god, you're braver than I am.
Jeez, bro.
8.
You rolled an
That
8.
ain't happening.
You rolled an 8. Right, so you're kind of like picking things up and looking at them. And you take a sword off a rack. But it kind of catches on something and the entire rack of swords comes clattering to the ground in this massive crash of metal. And the Goliath looks up and like, "You fool, what are you doing?"
And I cast Friends on the Goliath.
God damn it.
You try to cast
We're having a
magic,
good time,
but
Hamish, and you had to do this.
you try to cast a spell, but your magic is kind of sucked up into the stone embedded in the ceiling.
Oh, shit.
And the Goliath looks at you even with a stern eye and says, "Magic is not allowed in this store, my friend."
And I like it.
The Goliath looks at you and says, it would be a good idea if you would leave."
Before that, like, what I'm trying to do is persuade him so I can basically get these daggers, like, for free, if that makes sense.
I
If,
mean,
like,
the way it seems is that like the shopkeeper isn't really gonna make a deal with you until you have shipment
Yeah.
of weapons.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's basically what he said. He's like, unless you've got a shipment of weapons with you, I'm not making a deal.
Alright,
I
I'll be back.
panically try and scramble all the swords back on, throwing them onto the nearest table.
The Goliath just kind of says and sighs and just goes, "Leave it. Get out of the store."
I'll be back with that shipment, my good man, and sorry for my clumsy friend here. He just learned magic the other day.
The Goliath kind of smirks and goes, "It's fine. That's why I hired help. Tally, go clear that up." And you see a sort of young dark elf sort of run out from behind the, sort of barge his way through you all to the pile of weapons on the ground and starts picking them all up, checking them for damage. Thankfully, they're all undamaged, so you're in the clear there. So yeah, you're gonna stick around longer, or you're gonna head out?
I would like
to
to
leave.
head out, and you said there's a potion shop, right? I want to, like, I have an alchemist supplies. I want to like see what I can do with that entirely,
Okay.
because it doesn't really tell me what it is, except crafting wise.
I'll go to the potion shop later. I want to ask the Goliath one last thing.
Right, so as the other guys are sort of filtering out, Aiden, Grimfang stays behind. What do you want to ask the man?
Well, sir, after I've given you my scale mail and my dagger, I'm curious. Do you have any good shields or perhaps STR weapons that I could take along with our journey?
Let me have a look, my good friend. Let's see what I've got here. Let's see. I've got some shields here, if you're in need of one. They're about 10 gold apiece. They're good, standard issue shields that most guards and soldiers use, if you like one of those.
Well, I got one already that gives me a +2 in my armor class. Do you know happen to know if these shields do any better?
They're probably about the same as what you've got, I'm afraid.
Well, that should be okay. What about those
weapon?
STR weapons? Do you have any of those?
Let me have a look. You're talking weapons that you're running two-handed, correct?
That would be correct, sir.
Let me have a look.
I finally need one of my actions to come into good use for God's sake.
Let me have a look here.
Really, Hamish?
It's so turned upside
What do you
down.
do?
No, I'm talking about the screenshot of me. I'd appreciate it if you delete it.
Yeah, bud.
Okay.
As funny as those two are, yeah, I probably should delete them.
I just now noticed them.
Yeah, I didn't see them either until just now.
Right, so basically as your barbarian, all your weapons use a strength modifier.
Okay.
So running a shield, you're gonna be wanting a decent one-handed weapon. You're good with martial weapons and simple weapons, so you can use anything. So it's basically just a case of what you want.
Yeah, and right now I just want to know what he has, just so I could finally use with rage the +2 melee damage with STR weapons.
That works with anything that uses your
That
strength
doesn't apply
modifier,
to
which is
you.
everything.
Do you want a sword? Do you want a club? Do you want... What else is there? There's a short sword, a broadsword, probably something like a scimitar. Clubs, mauls, small hammers.
I think you might be looking at simple
Yeah,
weapons
we'll
rather than strength weapons. It's something to do with your barbarian rage table. Let me have a look here real quick. Barbarian table. There we go. Where's the table?
And the rest of us just walk back in the shop. Just be like, what's taking so long?
Yeah, man. Just
Have patience.
For crying
I've
out loud.
destroyed half the shop already.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think we're all running out of patience here.
Well, unlike you, I actually have common sense, McTavish.
Here we go.
Ooh.
What's common sense?
I'm not going to ruin a good man's. I'm not going to ruin a good man's shop just because I want to screw around.
I'm just gonna be outside on
There's
this
a time and place for
conversation
everything.
putting on the wall.
That is not here.
I'm gonna follow Wisp outside because I'm tired of my party members infighting.
I'm just not even a part of this. I'm just outside with my hood up and just
I've
walk.
been
I
outside
just-
the entire time. I don't know what you're on.
I'm just watching
I
people go
just-
by.
I just walk over to Wisp and I was like, so you think we could acquire some weapons?
I mean, it's not
I
like
follow on.
Not like this guy's gonna know it's stolen or not. Plus, I mean, I have many contacts. I think I can work something out pretty
Right.
well.
True.
But yeah, Aiden, you can deal your damage, that +2 damage with all your weapons currently.
Damn,
Oh,
barbarian.
I never knew that. God damn
Yeah.
it.
Wrong.
So basically, as a barbarian, your class basically uses strength as the plus modifier.
Shit, okay.
So like your damage is 116 plus 3. The plus 3 comes from your strength modifier.
Yep.
So that's how that works.
Okay.
So yeah, the guy kind of looks at you and says, the weapons you've got will work fine for what you need, my friend. Unless you want something that deals a little bit more damage. I've not really got much for you.
Okay, so then let me get this straight. If I use one of the hand axes with rage already active, the +2 melee damage that it says here, that'll apply to it already.
Yes, I don't think it'll automatically add. If it doesn't, you can add it yourself. But it would, instead of being 1d6 plus 2, it would be 1d6 plus 5.
Oh, okay, got it. Alright, I'm dumb.
You're fine.
Alright, I'll tell the man. Yeah, well, it seems like I misunderstood what was happening here, but I do appreciate doing business with you, man. And I hope you have a good time with the rest of your shop. We'll be off now.
The giant Goliath smiles and gives you a nod and says, "You have a good day, my friend." And then just sort of turns back to the forge and starts hammering away. Alright. So, what do the rest of you want to do?
Let's load
I
up
would
and
like to
go.
purchase a fishing rod.
Right, I just remembered Wisp's kind of marching off to the... are you still going to the potion store?
Yeah, I want to see what I can learn with this
I'll follow
alchemist stuff.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna need to watch Whis, so I'll follow him as well to see if I can get anything.
I can handle myself.
So, Wisp
I don't
heading
know
off
if
to
you can control
the
yourself is the issue.
potion store.
Tag along, but I wait outside because I feel like I shouldn't go in a place with breakable glasses.
You're literally a bull in a china shop.
I am.
And you have the horns for it too.
So, Calibrand, you're going to go buy some fishing equipment, right?
Yep.
Alright, you kind of see a store, a smaller store further up the waterfront that is quite obviously a fishing shop. So you head over there, you step in, the place is quiet, it's a small shop, it's not that big. It's got loads of different like fishing weights and hooks and lures sort of on display along the walls, and then a row of poles up on the wall behind the counter. And sitting at the counter is a small, is a young Triton. And he looks up at you and sort of says, "Huh, a bird, that's a new one. What can I do for you, my friend?"
So I sigh, and then I ask him, I'm looking for a good set of fishing gear.
Alright, I can hook you up. You looking for anything in particular, or just a one rod does all kind of deal?
I'm looking for about a medium weight rod and about a 20-pound test line.
You know your stuff. Impressive. Tell you what, 1 gold and I'll put you together a pack of fishing tackle.
Easy enough.
Alright. You lose 1 gold and you can give yourself fishing tackle. It's an item. It exists. And it exists in the game. In fact, you know, I'll go into your character and just do it myself. Give me a second.
Okay. I already subtracted the gold.
Excuse me. Alright. And you kind of tuck the fishing tackle into your backpack.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna thank the man for his kind service and walk towards the potion shop with the rest of the crew.
Alright. So obviously Wisp and Grimfang got a bit of a lead on you. So Wisp you kind of reach the the potion store before anyone else does.
Just standing outside by the sign.
Hamish has just stood outside like a dog that's not allowed in the store.
He's just all grumpy, like, oh, I want to go in there and like, wreck shit.
Basically.
But we all know he's going to.
Yeah, basically. So you all you kind of go in. It's a small store again, but it's a very different atmosphere than the armored store was. It's very quiet, very. Oh god, I'm knackered. I wouldn't say oppressive as much as it sort of feels. It's a very calming presence, but it's quite close, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a sort of like low sense of claustrophobia. Not a bad way, just kind of feels. You kind of get that sort of sensation from the room. Like it doesn't feel menacing; it's just sort of there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like an enclosed space.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
So there's various tomes and books across the walls. None of them are explicitly shown to be on sale. They're more just like for browsing for stuff. And at the back of the room, there is a man sort of working away at a sort of set of brewing tools. And he sort of looks up when you come in and sort of gives you a sort of curt nod and then goes back to his work.
I would like to talk to the man, be like, excuse me, could you help me out with some things?
Perhaps. What do you need help with, my friend?
I have acquired these alchemist supplies, and I was wondering what you can tell me about them, see what I can do with them. I'm trying to branch out into different fields. Various interests, you see.
I see. I see. Okay, so alchemist tools. Interesting items. It's a really nicely made set. You'd be able to make some pretty impressive potions with this.
Okay. What kind of potions? Just anything, or like specific?
You'd pretty much be able to make anything with these, but your problem is you haven't really got the tools necessary to collect the ingredients.
How much would
The old
those
sales pitch.
cost if you have said tools?
Oh, 1 second, Ryan's heading off.
Alright, bye, Ryan.
All right.
So you
Later
kind
on.
of hear not Grimfang, you kind of hear Dumas go, can't be fucked with this. And he just like downs his drink and just sort of wanders off back to the inn you guys were in.
Have fun, buddy.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
My god.
Yeah, I sneeze like a fucking banshee, I'm aware. Give me a second here. You see, to make use of this potions kit, you're also going to want to work on a herbalism kit.
Okay.
Of course, that's not going to happen overnight. You need to become proficient with the tools and supplies in parts to prepare remedies and potions with it.
First, let's see. Do you have that as well?
I have some kits in the back here, yes.
Alright, I'll take that. And I see all these tomes. What's your knowledge on tomes exactly?
Those tomes are merely a compendium of lists of ingredients.
Okay.
for various potions and what have you.
I pull out my black book that set it on the counter. Is like, what exactly can you tell me about this? I have acquired this book from a dear friend of mine, and he never really did explain what it really does or what knowledge it holds. I just open it up to like a page, just a random ass page.
Well, now, this is not alchemy. Not at all. I can almost feel the taint of death coming off of this.
Death, you say? How do you figure?
Well, I've known a few mages in my day. Mages who wanted to find a way to revive the dead. Sometimes they found their way. Necromancy.
This is a book of necromancy, you say?
Possibly. I'm not the one to ask. I'm an alchemist, and I'm a potion brewer, not a wizard.
Do you know of any wizards in town? Maybe that can give me more insight on this matter.
Not here. Not in Fallen, but there are a group of mages working in Nicodranis that you could get in contact with.
Alright, I will take the book back, put it back in my satchel. Now, the brass taxes. How much are you thinking for these tools to assist me in alchemy?
Now you see, you're a bit confused, my friend. Alchemist supplies like that are more for... They're less of a toolkit, they're more for taking part in a craft. They're artisan tools, in a sense. They're not as good for making potions as they are for distilling, bottling them, that kind of stuff. To actually make the potions, you're going to want these. And he kind of pulls a sort of small bag out from under the counter and puts it down gently in front of you and rolls it out. And it's basically a complete herbalism kit.
Alright.
Which consists of clippers, mortar and pestle, pouches, vials, that kind of stuff.
Okay. How does 7 gold sound for these tools? The herbalism kit, if you will.
You kind of see the storekeep kind of stifle a laugh and goes, "That'll be more than enough, my friend."
Alright, I'm gonna just flip like half of that amount, like sleight of hand deal. I have a feeling like from that chuckle he's kind of screwing me over.
I mean, you're technically screwing over yourself because you didn't let him say it's the first rule of bartering. You let the other person say the first price.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just gonna sleight of hand, like stack it up to like 3 gold. Without counting, it'd be like kind of a quick swoosh motion, be like, "Thank you." As I grab the kit.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Right. Nat 20.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
He fucking did. Okay, that works. You get. Yeah, fuck it. The guy's none the wiser. He's still laughing at the fact that you offer 7 gold for an item that costs 5 gold. That he doesn't know that he only paid 3.
All right. I'll minus 3 gold.
Now, just so you are aware, like out of character, to make use of the herbalism kit, the herbalism kit can be used to make anti-venom and potions of healing.
Okay.
That is it. And you can also it also lets you identify and herbs and stuff when you have a proficiency with it. And basically it lets you add your proficiency bonus to checks when you're looking for herbs and stuff like that. And you also need proficiency to make potions with it successfully.
That's like a nature check?
What?
Like, to make the potions, like, what kind of check would that be?
Medicine checks.
Okay.
I would have you make a medicine check to make potions of healing or anti-venom or antitoxin, but you don't unlock that until you've gained proficiency in the herbalism kit, which will take time and practice and stuff. Like, we can say that every night you sort of like give an hour to sort of practicing with the tools to figure out how they work and stuff. And that's probably how we'd work it.
I'll do that. And then I'll just take my leave from there, as I just put it in my satchel. Unless you want anything, Grimfang.
I'll see if I'll ask if he has any potions of healing I could get. I'm not muted, am I?
No, you're fine. I was just kind of spaced out. I'll be honest, I'm fucking knackered as well.
That's fair.
So
yeah, I was just making sure I wasn't muted because I was just taking care of other stuff on the on my computer.
So we're still at the potion shop. Does anyone else want to get anything while we're there, or are you just going to head out like that?
I'm waiting outside because I'm not allowed in.
Yeah, for the best. You'd break something.
Yeah.
Calibrand, do you want to get anything from the potion store, or are you just there?
I'm just waiting.
Cool. Right. Is that you guys done?
Yeah.
Alright. So you kind of walk out of the, you say your goodbyes to the storekeeper, walk out of the store, and it's a little bit later. It's later in the morning. It's sun's kind of like halfway through the sky. It's coming close to noon. It's a fairly big city. It took you a little while to get from the inn district to, like, the shopping district down to the dockside. So, Wisp, give me a perception check.
Perception check. Nat 20.
Very well done. So, as you're kind of walking out of the alchemist store, you're on the dockside, so you can see the hobgoblin working on the docks, and you can actually kind of see exactly what you kind of spotted in the crowds actually kind of happening. You can see that there's a group of like 3 or 4. You can't really tell exactly how far away you are, but you can see it happening. You can see a group of people in the sort of like second group. And as this ship is being unloaded, which wasn't there last night, which obviously arrived in the morning, as it's getting unloaded, every once in a while a keg comes out of the hold, makes its way into the hands of one of these sort of odd-looking guys, and the keg just kind of veers off course from the rest of the cargo.
That's peculiar. I relay this information to the party. Be like, don't look directly, but this is what's going on.
I answered back to Wisp. That's what I was talking about yesterday.
Were they just kegs, barrels? Like, what did you see exactly? Or
it was a little bit far away. I got good vision, but they were a little bit too far away. I couldn't make anything out other than that some of them were acting odd and moving some of the stuff not towards the warehouse.
How far away are they from our current positioning?
They're right in the middle of the dockyards, and unlike yesterday, the cargo is kind of going off to the other side of the docks from where it was last time. So from where you are, you can't just see where it's going. You can just kind of tell that it's far down the dock from you guys.
Okay. I'll make mental note of that. Like, is there any way? Is it just the one guy who is taking it down, like via keg, or is it like he in a group of people?
So,
like,
with your naturally perception check, you kind of notice that it's the same guy every time on the ship deck that's passing the kegs down, and every time he's passing them to the same person. So you can tell there's one guy on board the ship, and there's at least one guy on the pier. And then from where you are, you don't know where they're taking them after the pier, but you can tell there's at least two guys acting it. But they're also keeping themselves blended in fairly well to the point where they're also taking part in the normal activities. So like they're usually passing normal cargo down to the guy at the top's taking cargo down to other guys, and the guy at the bottom is taking cargo from other guys and taking it to the warehouse as normal. But every once in a while, he gets a keg from the one guy and goes off with it.
got you. Alright, I'll make mental note of their appearances, and so I can...
You don't really tell much about them from where you are. They're humanoid. They're probably about a little under or around 6 foot each.
Okay.
They're both dressed as like dock workers as well. So can't really tell much about them from where you are.
Is there any chance I can get a little closer? Like,
Give me a stealth check.
Alright, big money. Come on, big money, big money. 21 total.
Very nice. So you kind of saunter down the pier. The other guys kind of watch you, but they don't follow because you've kind of made it clear. It's like, let me go and have a look. You're going to go on your own.
Mm-hmm. I'll be like, I'll be right back.
So you kind of go for a quick walk down the pier. Sorry, wow. You step down onto the pier and you kind of wander towards the warehouse. And you're kind of sort of looking up. Looking around with, like, obviously you're like blending in fairly well, so no one really notices you. You're not really you're not really looking at a place. You kind of catch a glimpse of the guy on the ship. He kind of looks bulky. He looks like he's a fairly big guy, and he looks kind of older. Like he looks like he's been around. He looks like he could be in his late 40s-ish. But he moves with a confidence and prowess that makes you realize he's got some strength behind him.
What about the other guy who comes back and forth?
He's milling in the crowds too much that you don't really get a good look at him from down where you are because you're now on level. Before you were kind of standing up above the pier so you could see down on top, but now that you're standing on par with the crowd, you can't really pick him out.
Okay, but I can clearly make out the guy on the ship though.
It's not clear, but you get enough of an impression because he has that much of a presence, basically.
Alright. I'll just... I'll head back to the party for now. Just to be on the safe side, because I can't really tail this guy in the crowd because I lose sight of him. So I'll just, like, tail it back to the party, relay this first guy I seen. He's, like, kind of older, built to an extent. But I think for now we should retire and come back at another time when it's less busy. Maybe when they're about to set sail, ship off, retire for the night.
Okay.
Me, McTavish, have a few people we need to talk to later on.
Gotcha. Before you go, what does this guy look like? Because you can shapeshift, right?
I can, but I didn't really get a clear-cut image of him. I just know his physique, not any facial features, really.
Okay.
So,
So
I
since he
can-
relayed this information, can I go pull out my fishing rod and try to fish near the dock close to where the ship, where I can kind of watch this one guy he kind of pointed out?
Sure. Give me a deception check.
Oh God.
let's go, big
Not
money.
gonna go well.
Oh,
Yeah.
5. Oh,
Unfortunately, Big Birdman with a fishing rod kind of stands out, and this time you kind of do notice that they kind of clocked you, and it's clear that they clocked you yesterday as well. But they don't do anything hostile. They just the guy on the boat stays where he is, and he just keeps working. But you kind of see him nod down to the other guy. And the other guy just disperses. He just goes. You lose him in the massive crowd at the docks. He's gone.
yeah. Alright. I think it's best if we don't press our luck right now.
All right.
What say you guys? What do you think we should do? If anything, like, should we just go back?
I think we should.
I mean, I can go back to the tavern if you want to. I'm still trying to see if I can get some potions.
Oh, that's right, you're still in there.
Oh, I didn't realize you were still there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Griffin's just there
understood that
staring
I'd
at
be
the
able to
guy
take care of their
laughing.
stuff first. Yeah.
Right. So I'm actually. We'll start back to Grimfang. So you're still in the potion store. What kind of potions are you after?
There are just some potions of healing if you have any.
Potions of healing. Let me have a look here, my friend. Potion of healing. Yes, I've got some potion of healings in stock. How many would you like?
Well, it depends. How much is one?
A potion of healing is 50 gold apiece.
Ugh. Well, I suppose I'll only take one then.
Okay then. You see him reach down below him and he pulls out a small red vial. A small vial of red fluid. And he gently passes it over to you and says, "There you go, my love, my sad. Look after that now."
Alright.
And
And then I'll just relay this to Grimfang.
just real quick, do you want me to put the potion into your inventory for you, or are you going to do it?
What's the name of the potion?
Just I'll do it. It's just a potion of healing. I'll do it real quickly.
Okay.
I put it in your backpack. Just make sure
Alright,
to take
thank you.
the 50 gold out of your inventory.
I did.
Cool. Alright. So as Grimfang walks out of the shop, he's met by Wisp outside the door. Anything to say to him, Wisp?
Yeah, I say what I did and what Caliban tried to do, basically. Like, I think we should just keep off of their trail for now. Only one of us has been exposed, but they don't know about the other members of our party. I think you would stand out just as much as our bird-like friend over here. Let's go meet up with the
don't try-
others. Oops, sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
We shouldn't try and forward against that group for now. That's not a
Yeah.
good idea.
I think we should just play it safe. Think of a game plan. And let's just head back for the tavern for now. Me and McTavish have a few associates of ours that we need to go talk with later in the day.
You go do that, and eventually we'll continue this adventure.
Alright then.
Alright then. So, you guys just all going to take a rest, or is there anything else you want to do?
Take a rest.
So I know that they left, but I do go sit by the ship and fish for a little while, then I leave a lot later because I don't want to walk immediately back up to the party and flag everyone.
Cool.
I think I'm going to return to the inn and go for a rest.
Alright. So, as you're all kind of leaving, Wisp, you spot one of the guys that you were talking to the other day, kind of standing at sort of the edge of Sawyer Street, and when he sees you, he kind of sort of nods to you, so sort of like, come here.
Alright, I will just hit McTavish's elbow, be like, hey, let's go over here for a bit.
I acknowledge and follow on.
We'll be right back, guys.
Well, guys, just Grimfang with you.
Grimfang. I thought everyone else.
Caliban's fishing and Dumas has already gone back to bed.
That's right.
So
we'll be right back, Grimfang.
You both wander up and the guy just sort of goes, there's been a development.
Oh?
These thieves. We have news that they're going to be making a move on a brewery in the Plum Groves tonight.
Plum Groves? Around what time?
Not sure. After sundown.
Okay. We had a little bit of info on at least one of the main guys, I assume. I've never got a clear look at his face, but he's an older gentleman. Kind of burly. You can tell he's one of them. Like, he has a sense that he belongs, but he's nefarious if you've seen him around. He mainly is working on the ship. I never saw his associate, but I did see that he's blending in by giving regular cargo to the other shipwrights, and always a keg to this other mysterious person of interest.
Right. That'll probably be the leader of the group. As I said, we don't know much of them. They don't work with us. They're trying to run us out of town. I reckon you'll be able to find the main runners if you go to the brewery tonight.
Brewery tonight. What do you think we should do? Like, strengthen numbers? Like, if you have like someone who can get back to us, like, just be on lookout while we're taking care of things, just for reassurance.
From what we've heard, there's only ever 3 of them, so your group of 5 should outnumber them nicely.
Alright. Thank you for your information. We'll be stationed out on the brewery in the Plum Groves by tonight, and we'll get back to you with further info when we complete the task at hand.
The guy just kind of gives you a nod and then just turns around and walks off down the road.
I'll do the same. And we'll meet back up with Grimfang at the tavern, I assume, if he didn't just walk along.
Yeah, I just went off to bed and just decided to rest there.
Okay. And I'll just go back and fiddle around with my herbologist kit for like an hour or 2.
Alright. And then about a couple hours later, Caliban comes walking in.
Do I catch any fish?
Give me a nature check.
Spicy.
That's a hard pass.
Yeah, you catch sweet fuck all. You managed to lose the bait you were using. Actually, no, you didn't roll that badly. You didn't nothing bet.
Ah. Okay.
At least you still got the rod.
Yeah.
Says Haywood.
You didn't catch anything, I see?
It be like that some days.
Do you even have any experience catching fish with a rod? I mean, you are an Arakakra. Like, don't you just swoop down with your talons if you're hungry?
There's the easy way and the fun way.
I don't know. Just me personally, one without wings. It'd be very fun just to swoop down on my enemies. And
I feel like dynamite would work very well.
Dini Mite must be Italian.
I don't think
That's true.
that's the kind of attention we need right now.
Speaking of attention, when I went to go fish and coincidentally tried to stealthily watch people, I'm pretty sure they made me, and I'm pretty sure they made me again yesterday.
Alright, well, we'll have you on the back burner for now, since they only know of one of us. They don't know how many of us, luckily. But you'll be in the kind of commanding sense with Grimfane on this, because he'll stick out as well. I mean, he is one of the tallest members of our party. It's not every day you see an orc around these parts, I assume.
Wait, do you have a location on them?
Yes, one of our contacts did say that there is a operation going on tonight at the brewery in the Plum Groves. There's only 3 of them, so we should outnumber them easily. But I think, for now, we don't want to alert them with your presence, because they already know what you look like. You just stay alert at all times while we carry out this operation and catch them by surprise if a few of them were to ever escape our grasps. If that
Gotcha.
makes sense.
So we have a couple people go up front to confront them, and then 2 kind of flank them from behind to make sure they don't escape.
Exactly, because I don't know how big this brewery is. I imagine it's pretty big-ish. I mean, it is one of the leading breweries in the Plum Groves, from if it's getting stolen from, I assume. But that's all that our contacts have really given us at this point in time. They said sometime after sundown during the night. So we'll have to be on guard and just rest up for now. I'm gonna be down here messing with my herbology kit for like an hour and rest up for the operation. The
Sounds
others
good.
went and retired, I assume.
I'll probably catch a meal and relax for a little while.
Alright, I'll see you when the time comes, my friend.
Sounds good.
Okay. Right. Let me just do something real quick. Chris, since you're just tinkering with your herbalist kit, learning it, give me a d20 roll, just a basic d20.
Basic D20. And roll. 7.
Okay. All right.
Terrible.
Thank you. All right. So I think we're going to leave the session there for today. Next
Okay.
session, once Ryan's back, y'all can go and beat up some beer thieves at a brewery.
Alright.
Other fights shall commence next week.
All right.
On the
So
Shadowlord campaign.
how will they do, Nick? What will happen next time? Find out on Dragon Ball Z. All right. Well, I'm glad y'all enjoyed that today, and I hope everyone in
Yeah,
the
that
chat
was
did
really
too.
fun.
See if there's anyone we can go to send the love to real quick.
So we're trying to find a raid target now.
Yeah.
We've got Disaster Gaming, Actus Christian. Huh. Damie. Do we send the love over to Damie?
Sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go and send the love over to our good friend Damien, aka Davey Plays. Give me a second while I grab his link. I'm assuming Damien is Davey Plays anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Sweet. Had fun, and I wasn't even playing, though I wish I was. You never know. So here is the link to Damien's stream. Make sure to go through there, hit him with the hashtag Scotsman Raid. Except that is not how you spell that at all.
It's just
There
Scotsman
we
Raid.
go. Yeah, just hashtag Scotsman Raid. Make sure to go send him the love. Thank you to everyone that dropped by the stream today. I hope you all had fun watching us dick about the city. Hope you all have a good night, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Right.
Bye.
Later.